Good morning. My name is Janae Hackett, and this is my Fat City video response. I thought the video was very illuminating. It talked a lot about, and it really showed how students with learning disabilities are in mainstream classes and ways in which teachers can better serve those students. I thought about the whole concept of equity versus equality. Equity being helping people. I thought it's like an example of like people standing on boxes. And so equality would be if everybody, regardless of height, stood on the same box. Equity would be the shorter people get more boxes so they can see the same distance as the people who are taller. And so when I think about equity and equality in classrooms, I think about differentiation as well as the universal design of learning. To make things fair is to provide the extra supports for students to be able to operate on the same level as students who don't display disabilities. A great example that the video provided was the example of the teacher knowing how to do CPR and only one of the students in the class having a heart attack, but the teacher not providing CPR for the one student because the teacher couldn't provide CPR for all of the students, even though only one of the students needs CPR. I am a school counseling intern at a school, and so I consult with teachers, and a lot of them feel that it's unfair that they provide so much attention to students with disabilities that they're negating the students who don't display a learning disability. But it goes back to that equity versus equality piece. It's like students with learning disabilities need additional supports just to be at the same level of the students who don't have learning disabilities. And thinking further about universal design of learning, even students without learning disabilities could benefit from that because students learn in different ways. I used to be an academic coach, and so one of my roles was to figure out what students' learning styles were. And oftentimes it wasn't the lecture style, which is how traditional college educators teach. And so I would have to teach them different ways to study that fit their learning style. So I think the universal design of learning and kind of varying the ways that teachers give instruction or give directions not only benefits students with learning disabilities, but also students who happen to learn things differently. I think this Fat City workshop will be so beneficial if it was made developmentally appropriate for students to ultimately help the students that are working with students with learning disabilities to be more tolerant and just to even a bit of scaffolding to help those students out. Some of the literature that I've come across, students tend to learn more, are more, or depending on their age, are more receptive to their peers showing them things depending on developmental level that they're on. So ultimately, I thought it was an excellent video. I think it's something that everyone should experience, and definitely I think it should be adapted and made developmentally appropriate for students to experience so they know what their classmates are experiencing, just to make the world more tolerant and to help best serve the students with learning disabilities.